Hey gamers, welcome to the Part-Time Gamers Club where we game part-time but support gaming all the time. For those of you tuning back in, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And if it's your first time here, welcome to the crew. I'm Gio. Alongside me is Gerard and Mike. And for
So,
today's episode, we're going to be talking about Arcane Season 2. Let's get to it.
in this episode, we're going to be talking about Arcane, but most importantly, we're going to be talking about the Arcane 2 trailers that I hope everyone have seen already. All of them? All three? I'm looking for
Oh,
affirmations.
it's 3?
There's
I think
three?
Oh,
I
I
think I've
thought so
seen.
too. Yeah.
see?
Yeah, you told me.
This is why we asked. This is why we asked.
I'm pretty sure.
I said
But
latest,
hey,
and I said latest to specify that
I've
it was
seen the
more.
latest, and then I
Latest.
seen the one prior that was more focused on Jinx and Vi. The first
well,
one.
you probably
Look,
didn't
I
see
seen
the
the
one
official
specifically.
trailer, okay?
Yeah, yeah, I seen
yeah,
it.
That's what
okay, yeah, yeah.
matters.
For all intents and purposes, we've seen all trailer. But we wanted to talk about the Arcane 2 trailer, but most importantly about Arcane itself, the series as a whole, and our predictions for Arcane 2. Because we've all seen Arcane 1 and loved it. Some of us needs to rewatch it. but we've all loved the show and can't wait for it to come out on November 2nd, 2024. So let's talk about real quick, what do we remember about Arcane 1? Do you guys remember the ending?
Jinx killing the council.
I mean, shooting. It was. We don't
Shooting.
know.
That's my
Don't
spoiler
know.
alert.
Murder.
Spoiler alert.
Over.
Spoiler if you haven't seen the trailer. There will be spoilers. Thank you, Mike.
Look,
Early spoiler alert.
you
But yeah.
asked what we knew about the ending, so I
I
said
asked.
it.
I asked if you remembered the ending and how.
Okay.
Anyway, he answered. You got an
You,
answer.
you definitely
Gotta
answered.
answer for that.
Yeah. So, Jinx shoots the rocket right after. This is right after, like, at the table with her sister Vi and Caitlyn at their after killing Silka. Okay, just told the ending because Mike already gave it away.
Also, you give more of the ending?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
fair.
No,
It's
we
been
said
out for 2 years.
yeah. Once you
It's been out-
mentioned it, I was like, "There's gonna be spoilers now." And if I'm gonna mention the spoilers, I'm just gonna say spoilers.
So just spill the whole tea. That's all.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Anyway, that is the ending, but more importantly, like, we don't know. Like, should we watch the Rocket entire musical scene? Rocket is like the very cutoff, the very last minute is the Rockets heading into the office, the council, while they're debating in there. Now, we know what's going on in that room, but nobody else does. And we get to see right now with season 2 and the trailers, the aftermath of what happens. And from the gist of the trailers, we do see the results of that incarnation or that carnation. So, like, what are your guys' impressions of the Arcane 2 trailers then? Now that we've gone over the ending, how it's given, the vibe you're getting, and more importantly, the characters you recognize.
for me personally, I feel like the trailer was very intense and dramatic. I feel like this season is gonna be. I felt like the first season was more like story building, and it got more intense as the season went on. I remember that, and I feel like this one's gonna be more like tying up any loose ends. But it just seems like I feel like there's gonna be like you said, right now it's showing like the aftermath of the trailer. So like I feel like the first couple episodes are gonna kind of be like flashbacks in it, kind of showing why it's being what it is in the moment, like how intense it's gotten and the friction and So I feel like this season's gonna be pretty intense, and I feel like there's gonna be some. I feel like there's gonna be some crazy twist in it, though, for sure. It seems very dramatic, for sure.
I think by looking at the trailer, it's gonna be more in depth in between the dynamic between Jinx and Vi.
Mhm.
You can really see it. Because I think they're the majority in the trailer. I am intrigued on where it's going. They have flashes of maybe Warwick being in there. and then there's still storylines with Jace, Victor, and all that other character
Echo.
development, and Echo. See how they play a role in it. Uh, it's interesting. Like I said, like Joe said, I'm gonna have to watch it before it comes out. Arcane 1. Maybe if I miss any kind of clues or details, because I already know the gist of the storyline, but I like to watch things before something comes out. If it's a sequel or part 2, whatever.
And I particularly enjoyed the trailers as well. It was great to like in the trailer we kind of got spoiled on how the results of the ending of Arcane 1 happened, but I do like seeing more of like new regions, because like all we've seen so far is just characters and like some kind of foreshadowing, but now we're watching character stories take place and shown, and it's nice to finally get like hopefully, and this is going to be the last of Arcane, so the resolution, and if they translate 1-to-1 to the video game character, and that's probably what we're hoping to see at the end of it. And that's going to lead up to my my third question. Predictions. What do we think is going to happen in Arcane 2 from what you've seen in the trailers so far? Mike, I want you to tell me, because you know you need to rewatch it, so your guesses are going to be the things that stuck with you the best. So the more obvious ones. So what do you tell me?
I think the ending, if I feel, it's probably good. I feel like they're just gonna leave it open. You know what I mean? No
What do you
closure, no resolutions to anything.
Oh,
Maybe
that would
something.
really suck. If there's no season 3. That would be a bad
I know.
idea.
No, it can work, because then maybe sometime down the road, if they decide to kind of open it up, it can work. But
Or Mike brings up a good point. If they did leave it open, right, and they're saying they're going to do other series, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens if they do kind of like a Marvel approach, right? And they have the series lead up to a movie that ties everything together. Now that would be a pain in the ass, because it would take so long and there'll be years between by the time they finally get to that finale. But something like that could happen, but I don't think they'll leave it completely open. I think they'll tie up some things. Maybe some things might be left undone to leave room for the movie to fill those plot holes, but I don't think they'll leave it completely open.
hey, never know. And plus, I'm hoping for new characters, some like that we haven't seen. That's what I'm hoping for too. But go ahead.
But I think I got Gerard thinking when I said that whole Marvel approach and maybe connecting all the series.
Honestly, I can see it happening. You know what? That's actually probably an accurate prediction. Because you got to think about it. This may be the last Arcane, but that doesn't mean that we're not. This is the last time we see these characters. We can definitely get like Vi and Caitlyn running into like graves and things like that. We also have like the animatics animations that they do for their long seasons, like the when we got I was going to say Victor, but not Victor. The entire god damn it, the Senna and Lucian's storyline.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. Like the Shadow Islands, when we went to Shadow Isles for that entire thing, and we could get storylines like that. And if they do the Avenger thing of just like, here's a story in this city, here's a story in this city, here's a story in this city, and this is like maybe not a movie, maybe another animated series where they continue in this world where like we get cameos or just people running into each other, and there's just a storyline there. Like, let's say for whatever reason Caitlyn or Jinx leaves the city, and in the next movie she's a cameo in that movie and things like that, or the next show. So maybe they're just going to continue doing stories like animated series in this world and just keep it going as long as they want, and just everything connected. Because something that I don't know if either of you know, but Riot has redone their entire lore system. They at one point froze and deleted all the lore that was no longer canon. And anything in the future that is Riot produced about lore is also going to be canon. So they retroactively made Arcane canon. So the characters we play in the game are the characters from Arcane. So if they put out new stuff like new anime or new animes, new animations, new movies, anything like that, or any games, it is, if it has Riot lore, it is canon. So the question of whether or not they're like all these animations are going to be in the same world is definite. They are in the same world. We just don't know if the stories cross over yet.
Well, let me ask you this: who do you think they'll center the next series around? I have an idea that I think of who they should. Since you
Garen.
said that's where I was going. Garen and Lux.
Yes, because
Darius.
Demacia story is very interesting story. It's either that or we go to Noxus. One of the two. That's what I was like. I'm not hoping Noxus, but it might be Noxus.
Who's Noxus centered around again?
Noxus is around Swain. We get LeBlanc. We get Darius. We get who else is there? Wow, I can't remember her name. League of Legends version of Dante. Samira. We get Samira.
Oh, really? Samira's part of that?
Samira's a Noxian bounty hunter. Yes.
Is Urgot?
Urgot's also in Noxus.
Okay.
Urgot's also a product of Noxus and Zon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Crossover?
characters connected to that. But
But I think the most there's the most prominent stories in League of Legends, of my opinion.
Yeah.
This could be this is a debatable talk about. Is the Demacian storyline, which they did make a video game for, like literally made a video game for this storyline because it's a very important part, and the war in Ionia, which between Noxus and Ionia, when the the Noxus invasion. So
okay.
those are the two most important things that's happened in League of Legends lore. So definitely, probably one of those two main points. There is like the Ashe Freljord storyline. There's also the Shurima storyline that they can do. They have a lot of good stories out there. So
I would personally want to see Demacia. That's just me because I feel like there's such staple characters, Garen and Lux. As long as we've been playing too, you think about it, you just kind of grow with them. Like, you think about the last 12, 13 years we played the game. Those have been staple characters in the game. Very common played characters as well. So I feel like they're some of the most popular characters. So I think it just seems fitting that they would go that route. But you might be right because the group of players or characters you just said seem to be more played these days than maybe some of the originals.
I just think Noxus is an overpowered nation. They have all the OP champs.
What do you think, Mike? Which storyline you going with, or would like to see?
Any, really?
I know. I wouldn't complain.
I'm not gonna complain
I'm
about
down to see any of it, but
I have a least favorite arc. Least favorite.
the least favorite. Nah, none of them is gonna be least favorite. I mean, I feel like every story they could keep creating different arcs and stories, and they could even go outside the branch, maybe each story, and maybe do like a crossover or something like that if they wanted to go that route and be creative. But I wouldn't. I have no preference in any kind of story. I'll watch whatever League puts out.
Mike's like, anything Riot does, I'm watching it.
I do enjoy it. They're They're doing
Honestly,
like what they're doing.
I really respect what they did. You know what? You know what's funny? I think about it, Mike, and I was like, man, I really wish Blizzard would have went the approach that they did. Like, I wish the World of Warcraft movies, instead of if they did like an animation version of their story, their lore, like the way that Riot has approached theirs, I feel like that would have been fucking epic if WoW did something like that.
That's kind of not possible. Only because the cutscenes in the game explain a lot of the lore and is integral in the game.
Yeah.
You can't just rip those out and then expect a player to just play and then just have chat features and like maybe voice acting, but there's no cutscenes in the game.
Yeah.
The cutscenes in WoW games are like very important. Like Diablo is the same way. The cutscenes in those games are why you. Well, I don't want to say why you play the game, but it is definitely a main part of the game, and people enjoy those way too much for them not to be like there.
Yeah. No, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I just wish they would have recreated their lore or the imagination of their lore into an animation like that. Like, and with that precision and level of detail that League of Legends did it with. And honestly, with the respect they have for their game, like they knew they have a strong fan base. They have a serious fan base, a passionate fan base. They couldn't make garbage. Arcane is a great animation. Like even people that don't play the game or never even touch the game like the animation. Like it drew
funny.
in people that they don't even care. They won't play League, but they're waiting. They're waiting for Arcane season 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. My partner's like that. Callie's like that. Callie is waiting for Arcane season 2. Won't touch the game at all. But like they also joke about League of Legends players, but that's besides the point. They know we're toxic. But yeah, so like it's gained a large following outside of the League of Legends community, but Arcane was a long process. If you haven't watched the Arcane series, like documentary that they do about making Arcane, you should definitely watch it. It's a very intuitive on how long of a process it is, especially since the very first drafts of Arcane was rejected. It was downright rejected, and they had to go and rewrite the whole story. And they already hired people to do the animation. So they were like, okay, well, we don't like our script. So instead, we already paid you. So instead of you working on Arcane, you're going to be working on something else. And what did they end up working on? The Jinx music video. And you got to remember, the Jinx music video like literally shocked the League of Legends community. They're like, you don't make a game now, you make a music video. This is a music company. That's where the meme came from. Like this is a music company that made a game to support or to advertise their music.
Well,
and that was great.
Riot's really good with that though. Like Riot's, I gotta give credit to Riot. I mean, there's no perfect game company by any means, but like everything they do with League of Legends, they do at a high quality. Even the music that they implement, like you think for Worlds and stuff like that, they get some big artists, and they don't put trash songs as their for the World's theme song, so to speak. Like and like now that you say that, like I didn't know that about Arcane that they denied the script, but that's what I mean. They are serious about anything they do and attach to this game, so I respect the company for that. Because clearly they care about the fan base enough to make sure they don't put out just anything to make money. You know what I mean? It's not a cash grab to them. They're passionate about it too.
Yeah. All right, Mike, I have a question for you. It just spawned in my head when we were talking about this. Do you like KDA? He's got to think about it, guys. That's why this is the hard questions. These are the low balls, the curve balls. What about you? I'm assuming Gio.
I wasn't expecting that question.
Yes.
But
because like we're talking about Riot's like music making, and the thing that put them on the map for music making was KDA, or at least the very first one that gained popularity musically wise. That was like, oh, the KDA. Pop Stars, not Pop. Was it Pop Stars? I think it was Pop Stars. Was it Pop Stars?
Pop Stars are like more like metal rock.
No. The very first. Well, no, that was the Pentakill was their first music attempt. But when they went into K-pop with Ari and Akali, the KDA,
you're right? Yeah, okay,
KDA,
okay, you're right.
The very first one went on the map, and people loved it. Go ahead, Mike. I want you to know.
I'll just say I'm indifferent about that.
Oh my God, this man can't make.
That man pleaded the fifth.
Yeah, he's like no. I want you to know. I'm a
not
KDA
like saying
fan.
I'm gonna hate it.
I'm a KDA stan. I'm a KDA stan. Akali all the way. Look, I have no embarrassment. You can't find no embarrassment. I'm indignant. I have a, well, I was gonna say I'm indignant, but no.
Okay.
Gio?
Gio?
I got no comment.
Yeah,
What do you mean you
no,
got
he
no
just pulled, he
comment?
just pulled a
Not
me,
Not
basically.
after that. Not after that.
What do you mean? You don't like KDA? You can
No,
say you could say you like KDA without being like a fanatic or
Yeah.
just enjoying it. Just
Yeah,
like
no. Yeah, I don't.
I'm indifferent to it. That's what.
Yeah, it did.
that,
It didn't.
I-
It didn't. You know, it is what it is for me.
It's not a you like the song, but you didn't add it to your Spotify.
it's not my
It's
playlist.
not on your playlist. It's not on your
Definitely
okay.
not, Gerard.
If
I
it
kid you
plays,
not.
I might,
Gerard
just,
has
I
a
might just
fuck-
let it play.
He
I
has a
do-
playlist.
I do have a Riot playlist. I have a playlist that has every Riot song on there. Now,
I
not
downloaded
at
some of the
point,
world
I didn't have-
songs, but that's it.
I mean, I can guess the world songs. I think you have like 3. I think you have like Warriors, Giants.
Yeah. No, I got more than 3. But no, I forgot. Technically, the one with Imagine Dragons and JID is not. That's for Arcane. That's not Worlds. That was for Arcane.
I didn't say that one. I didn't say that.
No. I know, but I'm thinking of my playlist, and I'm like, oh wait, nah, I did have that one.
Okay. Well, we know he has that one on his playlist.
Yeah, no. But I love Imagine Dragons. So
fair.
when they got Imagine Dragons, I thought that was crazy. I was like, oh, yo, they got.
Well, they've
Imagine
had Imagine Dragons for a very long time.
Yeah, with Warriors
Very
as well.
long time. Yeah, they've been making
So-
music apparently for League of Legends for years. So it is pretty funny. I like Mike. Besides KDA, do you have the world songs? Do you like the world? Now I need to know because Gio brought up the world songs.
Hold on, I gotta look at my playlist. Hold on, I gotta look.
I don't have none of it in my playlist, but I do liked
Okay.
some
So-
of the world songs.
So you hear that, folks, gamers? Mike doesn't like any of the music. He doesn't like music at all.
Yeah, I don't like music at all.
He doesn't like
I got-
music.
I got the one Phoenix. I got that one.
Yes, I like Phoenix.
I got Worlds Collide.
Yes, that's the very first.
Legends Never Die. I like that one a lot.
I like that one.
I have Takeover.
That's a newer one.
Yep.
I remember that
And Rise. I have Rise also.
But you don't have Warriors?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Though I told you the ones I had before. I just wanted to make sure the other ones that I had.
Yep. Well,
And Enemy is obviously the one for Arcane.
that's for Arcane.
Yeah.
I should download these songs. I do like it.
Yeah, I see. He's thinking about it. He's like, wait a minute.
No.
I just don't. I mean, the only time I listen to any kind of music is probably while I'm driving or anything. But
I mean, I listen to music while I work, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
let's
to have
do that.
music.
I do
all the time.
sometimes, but I get.
I change the
I just
genre
feel
if
like-
it's like. By the way, this is totally going off topic.
Well,
Yeah.
not
They're
really.
all
Talking
grill-
about League of
they're
Legends.
all you're all grilling me about music, okay?
No,
No, we're talking about Riot
That was
music.
Gerard. That was Gerard.
Riot music specifically.
Yeah,
He
I
brought
know.
up Riot music. He went K-pop on us and Akali and
We went.
I was like, wait,
KDA
what was
first of
going
all,
on?
but KDA has a strong following, just like
Yeah,
Arcane.
he goes.
I'm bringing it back. I'm trying to give me some steps. I need to bring this back.
I was trying to bring it back when I said
What'd you
JID
say?
and Imagine Dragons is the Arcane theme song. And then you went back to KDA.
I didn't, but anyway. So
Yeah, you did.
no, you said you were downloading. We digress. Anyway, so with Arcane 2 coming out in November, I'm pretty sure everyone has it on their calendars. They're gonna watch it. Does anyone have any final questions or not concerns that they want to address? Anything else about Arcane before we head out?
Nah, honestly, man, I'm just excited for it. To be honest, I think, like, I just trust Riot at this point. Like we just talked about all they do and make sure that what they put out is like the highest quality that they could possibly do. And in all honesty, because you said how long it takes, what I was wondering is, do you think they're already making the other series?
Yes, I do think so. Loki.
There's Loki,
iPad Master.
and
With the
there's a
dog.
corgi. Hey,
Yeah.
what's the dog's name?
Whiskey. Don't tell you
Whiskey.
There you go. Whiskey Tango. Anyway, that is it
They see
from
whiskey.
us. Well, now you know our mascot names, everyone. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below. But peace.
Later.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Part-Time Gamers podcast. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And follow us on our other social platforms on TikTok, Instagram, and Discord. Links for those will be provided in the description. Thank you again. We will see you on the next episode of the podcast. And make sure you make some time for video games. Peace.